Hey everybody, it's time for another jump start. I've been listening to a lot of podcasts, reading a lot of books, drowning myself in the word, listening to some business seminars, reading some business books. I actually was on a Twitter webinar today that really blessed me. Been talking to some encouraging people. I was on a Zoom conversation this past week that was so inspiring. It was creative, it was fun. The people were on there were not only challenging me, but I was able to put my 2 cents in, and it was just a great conversation. I have met some of the most incredible people over the course of the last few weeks. In fact, on some of these Zoom conversations, I was even saying to myself, what the heck am I doing on these phone calls? I just know that there's something about renewing our minds. There is something about renewing our minds. And that's where my verse today is Proverbs 23:7. As a man thinks in his heart, so is he. We can all have thoughts going on up here, but when they get down into our hearts, they have a profound effect on us as individuals. The Bible is very clear that we should not conform to the ways of the world, but we should transform our minds in the Word of God. That's Romans 12:1 and 2. We need to transform our minds. And many of us are watching the news, watching all these terrible shows on television, terrible movies, listening to music that doesn't lift you up, it brings you down. A lot of us during this time are seeing the cup half empty versus half full. I haven't worked since I believe it was March 12th. And I have so much peace. I don't have peace in the stimulus. I don't have peace in unemployment. I have peace that God is changing my life from the inside out. He's causing me to look at things a different way. He wants me to see business a different way. He wants me to look at my finances in a different way. And what is the story that you've been told your whole life about you? People have told me things over the course of my life. I've been told at times I wasn't good enough. I've been told that I would never be able to do certain things. I've been told that I wouldn't be able to sing past the age of 40. I've been told all kinds of different things. And we have a choice whether to believe those stories and let them dictate who we become. As a man thinks in his heart, so is he. I know that I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. You know why? Because God says that. I love this book called Expert Secrets by Russell Brunson. I'm going to read a piece of that, a couple paragraphs from that book. It's incredible. It says, the stories you believe have created the identity you have today. If you believe that you can lose weight, you will. If you believe that you'll have success starting a business, you will. If you really believe that you'll be successful, then you will. But what about the other stories we tell ourselves? The ones that don't serve us. Stories about why things work for other people but not for us. Stories about why we aren't qualified or worthy to do the things we've been called to do. Those who don't believe they will be able to stick to a diet, don't. Those who don't know if they'll be successful with their own business usually aren't. It's as simple as that. The stories you believe will form your identity and shape the direction of your life. If you change the stories you believe, you can create an identity shift and change the direction of your life. And it's all about renewing our mind. It's all about getting around encouraging people. It's all about reading things that are going to build you and cause you to grow and think and step out of your comfort zone. I have been comfort and complacent way too long. The one thing I keep saying in these jump starts is I can't stay comfortable and complacent. I need to step out of the boat and do something different. Everything we know is going to be different from this day on. As soon as this pandemic came, as soon as this quarantine hit, I knew nothing would be the same ever again. We have to keep renewing our minds. We have to think we can make a residual income. We have to believe we can build a business. We have to believe that we can be around quality people and they can pour into us and we can pour into them. We have to believe that we're put on this earth to not only give, but to serve others. When you start a business, it's not all about you, it's about serving others. It's about giving a part of you to help someone get where they want to go. So I want to encourage you. Watch what goes on in this mind. Don't let everything come into this mind that shouldn't. Don't let negativity and violence and bad news, and I could go on and on and on, fill up your mind. What does the Bible say? Whatever's praiseworthy, whatever's noble, whatever's right, whatever's just, whatever's praiseworthy, think on these things. That's what we need to be doing. We need to renew our heart and mind. As a man thinks in his heart, so is he. So what's going on in your heart? What's going on in your heart? What has gone from here to here? So we've got to reprogram this so this changes, and then the words we speak change. So what we're going to do, what I've been doing, and it's been life-changing for me. I'm learning, I'm growing. I'm simply being and growing so I can go and do. I know I've been stressing that. I'm simply sitting still, listening to God, and growing so I can go and do. We have to remember we walk by faith and not by sight. We walk by faith and not by sight. As a man thinks in his heart, so is he. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. You were made for a purpose. God has a plan for you, a plan to prosper and not harm you, a plan to give you a hope and a future. Know that, rest in that, trust in that, and stand on it. Be blessed. We walk by faith and not by sight.